The studio, Sandra Jones. I better stop the music here. We are going to be talking about Orva. Mr. Steve Winwood, not little Stevie, Steve Winwood here on the new Rue 102, where it is 8:32. Got a whole lot of down going on. I can't get that to rhyme with the director of the Ouachita Region Veterans Association, Orva, Project4Hope, Sandra Jones, in the studio. Yeah, I don't know, whenever I see you, we go back, I want to say at least 15 years. What do you think?
Gosh, I'm wanting to say it's more like 20, but maybe not.
Yeah, and it's all in this century, and that's,
Yeah.
so therefore,
Right.
we're on my long spins, and I'm like, what are we going to say about her that hadn't been said already, but so good.
You talking behind my back?
No, I talk straight over the radio, try to walk in transparency, and let the words go, and if they're wrong, correct me, but no. Let's get focused here. Project4Hope. Well, yeah, how long has this been going on? Has it been since 2018? Because that's where I was going to go. We have such a history. It's like, where do we start?
Right. Well, we actually started in late 2015 or 2016. We finally got our 501c3, I believe, I don't know, somewhere around March, April, May of 2016. Mm-hmm. And we started looking for a piece of property or
time out.
Building or something.
Time out. 2015, because correct me if my memory fails me, and that's pretty good. The Orva, was it always designed to be what it is becoming now? That is the on-site Veterans Village. I know it was for Veterans Assistant, but was this always in the plan going back to the beginning? Do you remember?
Well, actually, I do remember. We always wanted to, that's what we wanted to do, was house veterans.
Got it.
But, we looked at, I don't know if you remember, we looked at an old nursing home.
In Monroe?
Shape, yeah.
Yeah.
We looked at a large piece of property with a house on it for housing, redoing that. And it just wasn't coming together of where we needed to be. And then I happened to run across this property, and it was really cool because the owners of the property were actually, both of them are veterans, husband and wife, and they lived in Germany and were teachers out there, or over there, I should say. And so it just, I don't know, it just clicked. And man, the first day I set foot on that property, it was like, oh, this is it.
Right.
It's been a long road. I will tell you that. It has not been easy.
I know that. I mean, I've been watching, and I mean, I'm always at the ready, and sometimes I'm at the handle of the shovel, but not all the times. And if I may dovetail on what you're saying is, gratefulness for all the volunteers, gratefulness for all the business support, gratefulness for people carrying the message. The thing is, it's a very lean crew, so the spirit of community volunteer service is vibrant, but it's not a lot, and sometimes it ebbs and flows. And right. Am I making sense here? Because
absolutely.
That's what you're saying, and the more that people are finding out about exactly what this is, though, do you sense some momentum happening?
I do. I really do, because we are so close, and we have a target date of April of 2025 to be open to start serving our veterans in the cabins that we have. We have 4 cabins out there now in a small community center. So we are just so close. We have some electrical to finish up and some inspections, and then we can start putting them together as far as things that we have to finish up.
Right.
And open up and welcome our veterans in. So,
well, for the sake that folks are just finding out about this, these are veterans that are, quote, at risk, or they come in and it's based as, I know what the family promise model is. You know what it is. This is for a period of time for this veteran to stay together with their family if they can. Explain what this is. It's a time of transition. It's not a, quote, homeless shelter for veterans per se, correct?
No, it's not a homeless shelter.
Right.
It is transitional housing for veterans who are homeless or When we say at risk, we have veterans that are at risk of being homeless.
That's
And,
it, right.
So the veterans that come in our program, we will actually send them through counseling, budgeting, work readiness, anything that they need to help them get back on their feet. We want them to succeed, of course. So we want to offer them everything that we can most possibly offer. In places like the OWL Center here in Ruston.
Right.
I mean, there's just so many programs that are available to our veterans, and a lot of them don't know that. So we want to help them get back on their feet. 6 months to a year is what we're looking at. If they need more time, we will work with that. Now, the at-risk, because people will say, well, what do you mean at risk? Well, we have veteran families that are at risk of being homeless. We just helped one recently with the utilities got turned off. So, things like that. But we want to come alongside them and help them if it's with budgeting, things that we can help them to keep them from being homeless. It may be helping them with a few bills and getting them back on the right track. But homelessness, been there, done that, and of course many, many, many moons ago. But there are so many resources out there that people don't tap into, and we want to be one of those biggest resources.
You glossed over pretty quickly, knowing you as well as I do. Been there, done that. That wasn't a flippant thing. You were homeless at one point in time in your past, and we're not going back there to visit, but that has equipped you, and you are also a former director of Family Promise of Ouachita, so you understand the needs because having experienced it, and then also having helped. And so that's what this is designed to do. Correct me. Now, this isn't rent-free, right, per se, or is it on a case-by-case basis? Because that's the next phase we're going to be going into, is accepting our veterans in.
Right.
And not all veterans' cases are the same.
No, they are not the same, but this is going to be rent-free.
Oh, it is?
For 6 months to a year.
Good, okay.
Now, the VA, once we start housing our veterans, they will come alongside us, and I believe, unless it's changed, it's $65 a day that they will pay us to house each veteran. And that'll help out with the utilities and the things that we have. We are debt-free. We don't owe any money. Which
That's an awesome statement.
So proud of, and it's because of our community and
Right.
the businesses that we have here that partner with us. Like I'm wearing my Serenity Care Providers.
Sure, brag on Robin.
Robin and Greg are awesome, and we just so appreciate them. And there's so many businesses, and I mean not just big corporations. I'm talking about family-owned
Right.
businesses, veteran-owned businesses, that have come along beside us. And we couldn't do it without them. We couldn't do it without our volunteers. And so we are so excited that this is finally, I don't want to say coming to a close, but coming to where we'll be able to
some
help
phase has come to a close, or maybe the first phase of something's coming. But and by the way, what this you're always welcome here, as you know, to get the message out. However, this coming Saturday, it's a meet greet. It's a fundraiser. It's a chicken out on site for folks to literally go out and see. And it's not far from where we are. We're just south of Arcadia. And, you explain what it is. And you said current status is 4 cabins almost ready?
We have 4 cabins.
What do you
3
need?
cabins are almost ready.
What do you need? Plumbing, electrical? That's another way folks have contributed.
Yes, absolutely. Plumbing and electrical. We have to have some plumbing done in the community center that was donated to us. We've got a newer cabin that actually, we haven't started on it yet. We need to do some things like get the septic tank in, and we were trying to get the 3 that we had started on done before we started on that one. So we will be starting on that one just here very shortly. But Saturday, we're just inviting people to come out. No, we're not ready to open yet. But you can walk through the cabins. You can walk through the community center. You can see what all we're doing.
Right.
You can buy a barbecue chicken lunch cooked right there on site. Some of our board members are cooking for us, and let me tell you, they're good cooks. And we just want to invite people out to see what we're doing instead of I know we're always, when I come on here, it's like, well, we're having a fundraiser. We need money. We need volunteers. We need this. Well, we want you to come out. Yes, we do want you
Right.
to buy a plate lunch, but we want you to come out and see where your money is going.
That's right.
Because and the biggest thing right now on the property is the well that we just had drilled last year.
Is it functioning?
It is functioning.
Good.
We have water to the cabins in the community center.
Great.
And that was $45,000. And so you'll be able to see what your money is going for. Mm-hmm. And I think that's important for people.
Very much so. And it's 129T Riggs Road,
Right.
Arcadia. That's about, 8 miles south of the interstate?
Yes. Actually, I think you're correct.
Got a sign out front. And 10 till 4, this coming Saturday. Come on out. By the way, how can folks, you got a very active Facebook page. We're streaming live to it right now. Any other ways that folks can reach out and find out more? Is that the best source?
That is the best source, but I give out my cell phone number all the time, 318-737-5836. Please don't call me after like 10 o'clock at night, but I'm always usually available to talk and to explain anything to anybody and give more information.
That is awesome. We're talking about ORVA, the Ouachita Region Veterans Association Project4Hope, getting ever so closer, and you are cordially invited to come on out this Saturday. If I gave you 3 wishes that could be granted today regarding the site, what would one of those 3 or all 3 of those be?
Let's see. For the electrical to be finished, to pass all inspections, and to be open.
There you go. Let's make that happen. Together we can. # let's create a remarkable future. Sandra Jones here in the studio on the Rue 102. Thank you so much for all that you do. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Stay live. All right, so there you have it. You know your marching orders.